You were on an incredible track on the NFL side in professional football. Why the Big Ten? Why the commissioner of the Big Ten? Why were you drawn to this position?
When I look back over my career, just to be able to be in the NFL for 21 years, to have an opportunity to be in certain positions of leadership and accomplish goals, host a Super Bowl in a cold weather city, lead the largest construction project in the history of the state of Minnesota in our stadium, a $1.1 billion project that we built on time and under budget, to build a world-class practice facility, a 200-acre development. But not only that, just to build an organization, with the Vikings, from a revenue standpoint, an operational standpoint, promote people of color, promote women, host the LGBTQ symposium, challenge kids, empower kids to do certain things. It was time. I had made up my mind that I was near the end of my NFL career. I had a great relationship with our owners, the Wilf family. They gave me a lot of latitude, and I've thanked them publicly many times before, and I'll thank them again, to afford a black man in today's society an opportunity to run a multi-billion-dollar organization. That just does not happen. The easy thing for me to do would have been trying to figure out the way of how I can last another 10 or 15 years. But the build your own pool way to do it was to write the check. And write the check meaning was to, at my age, in my mid-50s, to leave a city that we had a 15-year run, that we had raised our kids, that I was on multiple boards, and the people really embraced us in the Twin Cities, to come to a city that we had never lived in an environment at the most complicated time in all of college sports, with all of these issues on the name, image, and likeness, and the transfer rule, and expansion of college football playoffs, and instant replay, and all of these different things. And I figured, if I'm gonna do this, I wanna do it when people say, don't climb that mountain, stay away from it. And that's always attraction to me, is that when I see those challenges, and I felt with my skill set and an opportunity to come here in a world-class conference with our colleges and universities and the talent that we have assembled here, that if I got an opportunity to do it, that this were a time to do it. I would not have taken this job if all these things that we're facing right now were already resolved. I wouldn't have done it. And so that's why I chose it.
Do you feel the pressure, or any pressure, being an African American and being in situations that, quite frankly, not a lot of people that look like us have an opportunity to sit in? Does that weigh on you at all?
Howard, that's a wonderful question. And I think back to that accident, I think the good Lord knew I was going to be in this position one day. I don't feel any pressure, in this job, is because I feel that I'm here for such a time as this. And if I do everything that I have done and follow the game plan that got me to where I am right now, they just don't change the script. And so I think the fact of the matter is that I don't take myself too seriously. I'm not impressed by money and materialistic things. I know I'm on a journey here, and I just want to make sure that if I come in this building every single day, early, at a point that most humans don't want to make that commitment, and I stay late, and I'm transparent, I work hard, I operate as a leader, have integrity, and really seek to help every person I come in contact with. And when I pray at night, pray in the morning, I pray for these 10,000 student athletes in the Big Ten Conference, all the coaches, all the administrators. If I keep all those things top of mind every single day, I don't know where to lead, but I know when we'll look back over my time here, however long I'm blessed to be here, people will say that he did a wonderful job, and he took the conference to a level that it had not been before. And I'm one of those people, I really don't care what people think of me. I don't. And that's not being arrogant or anything. I just feel like I have a standard that I have to uphold. I'm on a mission. I've been given an opportunity. And so long as I stick that way, that everything will work out, and I won't make everyone happy. There may be people who are upset with me for certain decisions I make, but I'll always feel good that I did the right thing.
He might not care what people think of him, but I've spent a fair amount of time with him here early on in his role as commissioner, and I will just say what I think of him, which is he's a remarkable guy who's going to have a major impact on this league, has some incredible ideas. I want to go, though, to kind of the backdrop for the interview, the premise of it, and Black History Month, and that question that Howard asked him about feeling responsibility or pressure in that role. What do you think of that notion, Steve? First guy in a Power 5 league to be the commissioner?
Well, I think it's interesting, Dave, because when you look at his background, he played his freshman year at the University of Penn. Then he went to Grand Canyon University. He averaged 23 points a game. He scored 42 points in a game during college. So he's one of us, meaning that he's one of the black athletes that he's representing in the Big Ten Conference. Frankly, I never thought I'd see the day. I didn't think I'd live long enough to see a black commissioner of the Big Ten Conference. So from that standpoint, my heart swells with pride. I think that the different players that come through the Big Ten Conference will look at him as an example of, you know what, I could be a commissioner one day. So in terms of that, from that standpoint, from a player standpoint, it's a tremendous situation in terms of symbolism. Now, what he does on the job, I'm sure he'll do great, but in terms of symbolism, it's a huge get, Mike, for the Big Ten Conference and the black athletes that are in this conference.
He's taken over the conference at a time when a lot of the business stuff, and obviously he's got a lot of that to do as well, but TV contracts and that sort of thing are in good shape competitively. The Big Ten has been very successful. So he's able to look at the student-athlete experience in a very strong way, and he's got some really fresh ideas about how the conference and the universities that are involved in the conference can enrich that experience, including one that always has caught my eye, the idea of trying to promote financial literacy for the athletes that are in this league. I really like that idea and a lot of other ideas that are similar to that he's expressed.
No, he's talked about using the power of the league for good and using that platform, voter registration for student athletes, prostate cancer screening and breast cancer screening at jobs. I mean, literally wants to use this platform to save lives. Really an admirable platform. Plenty more throughout Black History Month, including conversations with Juwan Howard and C. Vivian Stringer.